Since I'm recording this in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak, I thought I'd record it outside for a bit because I am lucky enough to have an absolutely beautiful garden, and it's important to get a bit of fresh air every day. So I thought I'd come outside, record this strategy video today. Let's get a bit of fresh air and talk through how we can take our profits out of a bookmaker account without them really noticing, without risking our accounts being shut down, and how we can do that regularly, avoiding alerting them that we are actually profitable bettors. So to do this, you need obviously your bookmaker account, and you also need your Betfair exchange account. Now, you don't just have to use Betfair exchange, you could also choose to use Smarkets or Bet one of the other exchanges, but you are going to have to use a betting exchange to be able to do it. And what we do is we place our bets with our bookmaker, we win some, we lose some, and hopefully we end up in profit. However, in order to avoid their radar, what we then need to do is we need to move that profit from the bookmaker over to the betting exchange. And we do that quite simply by finding other markets to bet in where the odds on the lay side on the betting exchange are very similar to the bookmaker's win odds. So we then place our back bet on this selection. Let's say we find a football match. Football matches can be quite good. I know they're a bit thin on the ground at the moment, but any event that is still running, and obviously when the worst of this outbreak is over and events start getting back up and running again, you can look at football for this. That's good. Tennis is another good one, but we're looking for an event where the win odds with the bookmaker are very, very close to the lay odds on the betting exchange. And then quite simply, we place a back bet with the bookmaker, say for £100 for argument's sake, and we place the same stake bet with the betting exchange. So we then place £100 to lay on the betting exchange, exactly the same selection. So we are betting on both that selection to win over here and to lose on the betting exchange over here. And by doing that, we are looking for those events, for those selections to lose, because then we lose our stake with the bookmaker here and we win the stake on the betting exchange over here. And we've simply then transferred that profit from the bookmaker over to the betting exchange. Now, there are a few things that you need to be aware of when you're doing this. The first is, don't do this for large sums of money. So if you usually bet between £5 and £30, then you should continue to bet between £5 and £30. If you usually bet between £30 and £100, you should continue to do this with £30 and £100. Just because you might have made £600 profit on a bet, don't suddenly try and place a £600 bet with the bookmaker, because obviously that's going to flag up that something unusual is happening on your betting account. Likewise, if you're betting on sports you don't normally bet on to do this, let's say you usually bet on horse racing, you're going to do this on football, don't just suddenly go in with £50 bets on football. Start doing it with £5, do it a few times a day, a few times a week, and then slowly increase that to £10, £15, £20, until it reaches your normal stake size. Because again, we want to make this look like it's just our normal betting pattern. There's nothing particular here, and we want the bookmaker to think that we may be winning over here on this sporting event, but we're losing over here on this one. So we're ultimately a losing bettor, and that's what we want them to think. We don't want them to think that we are moving money out of them, moving profit out of them into the betting exchange. So be slow and be gradual. Now, the other thing to be aware of is that it's very unlikely that you will be able to get the same odds to back and to lay. It's very unlikely. There is going to be a difference between them. And the key here is to make that difference as small as you possibly can. Just hunt around a bit. There's no urgency here. You don't need to get that profit out of the bookmaker immediately tonight, but it just needs to come out at some point, you know. So take a bit of time, find the events that have the closest odds, and take it out of the bookmaker and move it over to the betting exchange. So that's how we move it. The other thing that you want to be aware of is that the betting exchange obviously charge a commission. Usually now it's about 2%. on your win bets. So let's say you were doing this for £100 and you lose your £100 at the bookmaker and you get your £100 at the betting exchange. Well, you're going to lose 2% of that stake for moving your money. And you just have to consider this a cost of business. It's just one of the costs of being a successful bettor if you want to keep your bookmaker accounts open. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to keep your bookmaker accounts open forever, but if you do it carefully, if you approach it steadily, if you are very careful to make sure that you stay within what looks like your normal betting patterns, then you will find that you get to keep your bookmaker accounts open longer. You get to take advantage often of their better odds. You may be able to even continue to take advantage of best odds guaranteed offers if they're about, and at the same time you can still get that profit out through the betting exchange. So just to reiterate, what we do here is we find events in different sports, the ones that we may usually bet on, the ones we make profit on, football, tennis, these kind of events where the markets are very, very close and very tight, and we are looking for a time when the back odds to win on the bookmaker are very similar to the lay odds to lose on a betting exchange, whichever betting exchange you like. And in fact, if you've got accounts at multiple betting exchanges, you're going to find more of these opportunities. And then when you find that, we place a bet to win on the bookmaker and we place exactly the same size stake to lay on the betting exchange. And obviously we are looking for events where we think that our bet with the bookmaker is going to lose, because we want the bet with the bookmaker to lose and we want the betting exchange bet to win. And then we can transfer that profit out into the betting exchange, and from the betting exchange, because they take commission on whoever wins, whether it's the backside or the lay side, they take a commission on whoever wins. It's then very simple. You can then just withdraw your profit and move on, or reinvest it back however you want to do it. So that's how we can do that. If you've got any questions on it, then please feel free to leave a comment, send us a message at the Race Advisor. We'll help you through the process and we'll guide you through it. You can also ask any questions in our community as well. Come over to our forum, chat with us there too. We'd love to see you there, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.